I went through a rough time where I had to, something happened. I got really infatuated with, like, to the point where I think it was too much, if it's possible, pony at once. And
never pony too much.
Well, here's the thing that happened. Something happened, and I can't describe the specifics of it, but I was put into a position where I had to get rid of everything pony I had. Everything. I had to throw away all the books that I had, because I'd send things to people with, like, cutouts of pony. I had to erase all the pictures. I had to do all that, and it was heartbreaking. I called one of my friends and I was crying over the phone about it, because it was just like, it's like attacking the one new thing that you found to help, you know, overcome some of the stuff you've had, and that one thing that you were doing that was making you happy is taken away from you. That's why it was such a big deal when I had those pictures, because it was a few months before I could get back into it. One of the last songs I remembered was a Daft Punk remix by Cupcakes by Pinkie Pie. And I couldn't go back to that song without worrying about all the stuff and thinking, like, can I overcome again? So when I did, it was a few months later, and all the fight that I went through inspired a story, which I'm writing. It's a Wild West fantasy horror that I hope I'll get to publish in about a year. It's a big deal. It's a present to the Bronies too.
Don't worry, we'll be.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna tell you the name. It's just it's a secret project of mine. But I went to. I didn't even think about going to A-kon because I just got so distracted with a bunch of stuff. I was asked to go. Again, Chef Sandy told me there was a meetup, and I was like, "What? Where?" I had a schedule written out. And I was looking at the schedule, and I just threw it away. So where is it? And I just went. And it was Hannah here, who was Pinky that time, Vinyl Scratch now, who brought me over there.
I remember it so vividly. You were petrified.
I've never seen a kid so scared to walk up to a big fat guy going.
What happened, Hannah? Tell.
Yeah. Okay. So I was working behind registration, like I did this year, and he came up.
She causes people just to get away from her. They ran away.
I was in the front, and I was talking to one of my supervisors, and he came up and he was like, I'm looking for something. And I just kind of stood back because he was talking to my supervisor, not me. And he was like, have you seen anybody with a shirt with an insignia on it? And I thought about it for a minute. I was like, okay. Then he said,
no one is allowed to talk to him like that.
You don't talk to me. Go ahead, go.
And he was like, yeah, it's a shirt and it says obey underneath it. And I was like, okay, I recognize that. And I said, so what are you looking for? And he got really quiet.
I remember that. He was like,
it's My Little Pony meetup. And I was dressed as Pinky, but my cutie marks are kind of hidden.
I rolled a 1 on perception, okay?
I do it all the time.
So I said, what are you looking for? He said, it's a meetup. I said, what kind of meetup? He was like, My Little Pony. I turned and showed him the cutie mark, and I could see the relief just like flow across me. It was so funny. I was like, I'm one of you. It's okay. So I told him where to go, and that was.
You led me there. You walked me to the place.
She walked up with him, and I'm not gonna lie, he was a little shorter back then.
What? How?
You were like, listen. You were about an inch or two shorter. You've grown.
You've grown so much, good sir.
The second.
You're misremembering this completely. Listen, normally Dallas is insane. I agree, because I thought he grew like a foot. He's 26. There's no way he grew a foot.
The second he walked up, I was like, okay. And he walked up and he did this. And I was like, what's up? And he just went. And so I just started grabbing people to talk to, and I walked them over and we just started talking. Hi. And it's literally what led into it, man.
Yeah, that guy over there is one of our most talkative ones.
The friendly Nazi.
Yeah.
Hello there.
All right, let's let him.
Okay, focus.
Almost done.
Let's let him finish.
Focus.
I don't know how much time we have.
We're good.
Not much.
We'll find out.
Fine. after that, I was so overwhelmed. I spent 11 hours with him. There was nothing else that happened at the con. It did not matter what else happened at the con. I had a whole list of things. There might as well not have been anyone else at the con because I was
real
there.
quick, can I give a little background thing? When I started these meetups last year, I expected maybe 5 people. The fandom was not that big. The Question Daily had just said, hey, people are wanting to do meetups at cons. Send us your information and we'll post it. So I got into contact with Seth. I was thinking, okay, we're in the Texas area. There's probably not going to be that many. He was the only brony that was around me. This guy was still being converted. So you can understand where I'm coming from with this. First day, we got about 10 people. I was like, okay, that's quite a bit. No, it was more than 5.
No, I said hi.
Oh, you said hi. Whatever, not
I was there.
Hold on. We need to push through this, all right?
I decided we'd have 5 meetups throughout that weekend like we are this year. That 7 o'clock one, we didn't get that many, so I was like, okay. Next day, we get about 30 something at the 2 o'clock one. I'm like, holy shit. This 7 o'clock one is coming up in basically 4 hours. I was like, what the hell are we gonna do? We didn't have a podcast at the time.
This guy didn't have anything. He hadn't planned to do anything with the Bronies.
All we did was introduce each other at the meetups last year. So everything you've seen this year is thanks to this man right here, so give him an applause. It's because of him. But anyways, he had nothing. And we went over to him. We saw that he had his book open. We saw he had little pictures of the ponies. And as you were saying, you were, well, go on, because I don't remember the rest. Because I'll see someone 5 minutes.
Like, I'm going to totally lead into this for the sentence and then just be like, I don't remember anything after that.
Okay, so
exactly.
what happened was that I was like, why don't we make a game? So we did, and then we ran around trying to get the components that are coming up with trivia questions. I ran over to the loading dock where the cardboard was, and I asked him if I could borrow some cardboard to make a game board. One of the guys thought I was stealing, but I told him that was fine. The manager said it was okay.
Never try stealing.
No.
What's happened?
What else happened after that? Distracting me with my phone.
We completely built.
Yeah, we built it in 4.5 hours.
3D-dimensional.
3D for cloud ceiling. It was actually lifted up.
Yeah, Canterlot was on a cliff of paper and cardboard, and it was fun. We played it over in this room. There was a table right there, in the middle of this room, and we played it. He still has it. He still
I still have
his.
my pieces.
He still
I
has
still have mine too. They all took Rarity before I could even get one.
We
You
knew.
know how angry I was. No. Paul, they must know. Paul, look, he has his on the back of his phone, I believe.
Time out. Time out. I want you to tell them why you had the booklet.
Okay, why I had the booklet? Here,
Yeah.
let me get this before. Yes.